me on the third Money Alchemy class. If you can let me know that we're on live by saying hi in the chat, or if I got confirmation that I'm live from Tel, my virtual assistant. So if you're live on now, come and say hi in the chat or drop me a heart emoji. I will keep looking at the text, at messages. So last week's Money Alchemy class was on goal setting. So if you missed it, you'll be able to watch the replay under the unit tab, which we've just created. We're still working on it a bit. The videos are in there, but there isn't much text in the description box yet. So a quick introduction. I'm Jenny McCabe, and I'm a money breakthrough coach and also the host of Work-Life Balance Secrets. So I empower women to take courageous action in the pursuit of their dreams by helping them let go of anxiety and perfectionism so that they can regain their work-life balance, make more money and work less without feeling guilty. So I've committed to going live in the group every Tuesday for this Money Alchemy class. And this week's class is about decluttering to make space. So you might be thinking, what has decluttering got to do with money and mindset? Everything I teach and coach is around mindset and then taking action. My mentor always says, mindset leads and action follows. I love that saying. So let's start with having a look at your income goal. So we did a bit about income and setting goals last week. So if you haven't already set an income goal, I want you to think about what your income goal is for the next 12 months and maybe beyond that for your ultimate dream goal. So if you can decide on a number that will stretch you a little bit, so whether that's 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 or more, make a note of that. And if you'd like to share that number, if you want to put that in the chat, this is a safe place, so don't be shy. Also, when you share your number, you tend to feel more connected to it. So if anybody would like to put their number in the chat, please go ahead. But whatever your goal is, the easiest way to achieve your goals is to start thinking and acting like $1 million businesswoman today. So that number is probably out of reach for you right now. But if you start thinking and behaving like $1 million businesswoman, it will motivate you and guide you to make decisions from a completely different place when you claim that identity. So there are 3 areas where you can create this millionaire or abundance mindset. And this is in money, commitment and intention, and environment. So the last 2 classes I delivered was about developing an abundance mindset the first week. And last week we talked about goals, which sets your intentions. So today we're going to look at your physical environment, and this is the energy of creating space. So if you're a little bit woo-woo on the woo-woo side like me, you'll love the concept of creating space to make way for abundance. But on a practical level too, decluttering not only helps to create a millionaire mindset, but can massively improve productivity, mental health, improve sleep by reducing anxiety, and also improve relationships. So research from Princeton University found that clutter decreases productivity as the neural circuits in the brain have multiple stimuli competing for attention. So the more stuff on your desk or in your home, the more difficult it is for your brain to focus on the task in hand. So how does clutter affect your life? So clutter can cause challenges such as in personal health. So it can be stressful living in a cluttered environment. And if you have physical health problems, that could also be quite challenging to live in that environment. It can affect your mental health, so it can affect your mood, cause overstimulation, stress, and contribute to self-sabotaging thoughts and behaviors. Also can affect your time management. There's a lot of wasted time looking for things, and overall decreased productivity. It can also put strain on your relationships as well, and also your career. So it can decrease productivity, which increases stress. Also become, the issues of lack of attention to details, of all the clutter, and cause time management issues. And it can also have a effect on your finances. So buying things that you don't need, or buying things again because you can't find what you've been looking for. The list does go on. So the more clutter you have in your environment, the more energy and brain space is being used every time you're in that space. And ultimately, the less energy you'll have then to focus on what you actually want. So when you hold on to things and people and emotions that don't serve you, it blocks your channels to receiving physically, emotionally, and energetically. So if you want new things in your life, new people, new clients, new experiences, or you want to upgrade things in your life, you have to learn how to let go of the old and create space or a vacuum to receive more of what you want. Most people hang on to old things because they don't know if they'll have enough money in the future to buy new, or they're emotionally attached to certain things. But if you actually take the time to get rid of things that don't actually serve you anymore, it frees up energy and allows the universe to bring more of what you want into your life. The universe wants to fill up that space again with good things. So in my Money Alchemy Academy, we do have an in-depth session on decluttering, and we do look at every area. So the emotional, the mental, and energetic sides of decluttering. It's really an important step in manifesting your dream life and that dream business. But today we're only going to focus on your environment. So if you have a look around on the internet and for books, there's loads of advice and methods to decluttering. And there's actually no wrong way to do it. But it can feel quite overwhelming if you're doing your whole house. So decluttering is also going to be an ongoing habit, a lifelong habit of getting rid of things that no longer serve you. I recently moved into a house with quite a big garage, and in my previous house, I'd also rented a storage unit, mostly for my business paperwork. So when I moved, I took the boxes out of storage, boxes of paperwork out of storage, and I spent ages going through all the old paperwork, the business accounts. I found old diaries, bank statements, client details, all that kind of thing. And I basically shredded everything up to 2013. So in the UK, we have to keep our accounts for 7 years. So I've shredded everything that I can. And I've already arranged the paperwork that I can start shredding in the new year. So it's easy to get to. So back to decluttering. I do recommend that you start with a small space, such as your desk and your work environment. So you might not have a home office, but maybe you work at a desk in your bedroom or in the living room or wherever it is that you work. Start with your desk. Open and file away that post that's lying around. Pay or file invoices. Get rid of pens that are no longer working. Put your pens in a pen holder. Get rid of post-it notes. Have a look at your space. If you've got books piled up, put them back on the shelf, and just get your work environment in order. You can also go through your computer or your laptop and have a look through all the folders and the emails, and delete files or emails that you don't need anymore. So when you're going through these things, ask yourself, if you're having problems getting rid of these things and throwing things out or deleting files, ask yourself, does this represent who I was or who I want to be? So the problem is when you've collected a lot of clutter, this usually represents the past and who you were, and can have a lot of baggage and emotion attached to it. As I said, I got rid of everything up to 2013 from previous business, which was a franchise business that I closed in 2015. And when I went through this stuff, all the files and the accounts and the client details, etc., it did bring up some emotions for me that I had for about that period of time, because the franchisor that I was, or the franchise network that I was involved in, they were really quite unethical in the way they dealt with their franchisees. So it did bring up quite a bit of emotions for me. That franchise is now closed, so that gives you an idea of what they were like. But anyway, I shredded everything. I put them on my forgiveness list. I did a lot of tapping and let go of that negative energy that I hadn't realised that I was actually still holding on to after all these years. And it did make me feel a lot lighter after that. I felt so much better, and I created that vacuum. So start with decluttering your desk. I guarantee you'll feel a huge sense of achievement, and it'll give you a sense of space, and you'll feel a lot more organised, and it'll help you feel more professional to develop your millionaire mindset. So, and it also will make you feel more ready to receive. So if you really are serious about decluttering and want to take it to the next level, you need to go through your whole house. So perhaps the most well-known method of decluttering is the KonMari method by Marie Kondo. So the KonMari method encourages tidying by category rather than location. So she recommends beginning with clothes, then moving on to books and papers, miscellaneous items, and finally sentimental items. And she advocates only keeping things that speak to the heart and getting rid of items that no longer spark joy. So when you're choosing to let go of sentimental things, she encourages you to thank them for their service, then let them go. Now, whilst I love decluttering, I'm not fully on board with letting go of all sentimental things, although I got rid of a lot of baby clothes a long time ago, and I've kept the odd pair of baby shoes from my son. He's got massive feet, so these are tiny and they're so cute. And I've kept some of his little clothes, like his bunny hat from when he was a newborn, but otherwise I have been quite good, and I've got rid of loads of baby clothes and toys and things like that. So when you do get serious about decluttering, you can also decide whether you want to donate those things to charity. Somebody else's rubbish could be somebody else's treasure. You can throw it out, or even better, sell your unwanted items. So I've been decluttering. Sorry. Let me just unplug that phone. The joys of going live. So I recently did quite a lot of decluttering, and I actually made £250 a couple of weeks ago on some of the items that I sold. It does take up quite a lot of time, so you need to decide whether or not it's worth your time. I only really do it at the weekends, but you can still donate those items. But when you sell your unwanted items, you actually create a way to find a bit of extra money. And this shows the universe that you're committed. And maybe with the money that you make from selling your unwanted items, you can put it back into your bank account to pay towards a debt. So that's this week's Money Alchemy class. I hope that was useful. Make a start to declutter your desk. Start today. If you like, you can take a before and after photo and post it in the group with the hashtag decluttering. I will be back next week with a guest. So Lisa Figgins, who is a wellness coach, will be joining me on the live at 1 o'clock UK time. And we'll be discussing the importance of self-care. So you won't want to miss that. I also wanted to let you know that I'll be hosting a webinar on the 16th of September, which will be about an hour long, and that will be on 7 ways to manifest more money into your business. And then I'll be launching my Beta Money Alchemy Academy group program. That will be launched after the webinar, which will be a 12-week program. So put that in your diary as well, 16th of September. There'll be more details to follow anyway in the group, so keep an eye out. But meanwhile, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed today's class. And sorry about the phone going off. I forgot to switch that off. So see you next Tuesday, which is the 8th of September at 1 o'clock. My love and happiness to you guys.